Welcome to today's episode. So I'm super stoked about this video. So today we're going to talk about the journal and how and what we can do to just create an optimized, optimal journal that will help us in our journey of life and to document just what we do and what we learn and how we grow. So you might have found the video through the free ebook that I was giving out. And if not, I'll put a link in the description in case you want to grab yourself that free ebook. Just talks about the 39 hacks to live an optimal life, focusing on the physical health, the mental health, soul, spiritual health, the heart health, and also entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So if you want to grab yourself a copy, completely free, links in the description. But right now, let's focus on the journal. That's the reason why we're here. So for the journal, we're going to get right into it right away. And I want it to be very interactive and very communal. That's why I have the camera here. So I'll show you first point of view. And let's dive into it. Journaling has been a massive game changer for me in my life. I've packed that on with meditating. And I realized that after meditation, I would journal and I just get very clear with my thoughts. I develop so much more clarity around what I'm learning, where I'm growing, and just the person I want to become. And with over time, years pass by, and I noticed this improvement in myself, and I think it's very gratifying. It's very, it gives me more purpose. So a journal may be different for you, and it's different for everybody, but a journal for me has drastically changed the way I live my life, and it's made it more intentional, which is kind of the point for me, is to just live a more intentional life. And if we look back at the great minds of civilization that have lived, they leave clues, and some of the greatest minds have always had a journal. Like we can go back to Leonardo da Vinci, and one of his journals sold for like I think $3 million. I think Bill Gates bought it or something crazy like that, like in the 90s. But point of the story is Leonardo da Vinci, one of the greatest minds, a polymath, had a journal, and he would document everything along his journey. And it's interesting, but you'll notice and you'll pick up a lot of great minds have a journal. So that's a big reason on why I have a journal, is I want to just be able to look back when I'm 30, 40, 50, 30, I'm 30 right now. Jeez. But when I'm 50, 60, 70, and just like look back and be like, wow, like look at these 30, 40, 50 journals, like look at all the stuff I've learned, and you'll see why in the journal on how we can keep track of this and what keeps us going. All right, let's just dig into the journal, talk about, the parts of what makes this journal. So we're going to go through the front cover, the back cover, and what's inside the journal. So for the front of the cover, what I like to do is you'll see there's a number here, right? 21,900 is how many days I have left to live. Of course, you can't predict when you pass away. It could be tomorrow, it can be next month, it can be honestly whenever. But the 21,900 is how many days it is till I turn 90. And 90 is just a nice number that I aim for. Of course, I'd want to live till 100, 110, sure. But this is a physical body, the soul moves on. So in a sense, we're kind of deathless, but we don't need to go there. Basically, 21,900 is how many days I have left till 90. And this number is so short if we think about it, right? Like if you had $1 for every day till I passed away with inflation, you're looking at 20,000. It's scary how time really does fly by. And that's why I love this number, because it allows us to really be present in the moment and to focus on what we can control. And it brings me a lot of peace. And there's been a lot of studies done behind counting down the days. And you may think this is morbid, and it's not for everybody, but it's a number that really brings me joy and happiness, because it pushes me to live my happiness every day. And there's this key quote that I'll share with you. If today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am doing today? And if the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. That's a quote by Steve Jobs. But the quote resembles where if you're doing too many things in a row that does not bring you happiness, why continue to do that thing? That may be work, that may be your life, your environment. If you look in the mirror and there's too many no's, we need to stop it right away, right? Because life is so precious. And so that's the first number. So the next part of this journal is the personality aspect. I included my gene keys, and gene keys is a very deep thing that I've just recently came across last year. But when I did that test, I was blown away by the accuracy and how much joy it brought me. And if it's true or not, it brings me comfort and brings me peace and clarity. And I love the science of it, where I'll explain it to you very quickly on what it means to me and what I read I still need to learn so much more about it. But basically, it talks about, this is not astrology or astronomy here, but it does utilize the cosmos and the universe. And when we are born, it's a life force, it's energy. We are energy beings. Everything around us is energy. But when we're born, we receive this energy from Earth, from the cosmos, from the universe, and it goes into our genes, into our body, and it imprints us on our gene code level. But if you go really, really deep, that's an imprint. That is our mechanism. We are a program inside of us. And this is basically peels the onion and to identify what is that program inside of us. What are we meant to do on Earth? Very next level. It's not for everybody, but if it's something that interests you, I'll put a link in the bio on how you can do your own little gene key search, completely free. But for me, it aligns with me, and it's crazy because it aligns with also my personality. So my personality, as you would know, it's like a bunch of questions, but then the gene keys is completely different. So it's interesting how they kind of connect, but you can be the judge for yourself. Another part of the journal is the top, which is the vision. So what is your vision for the year? What are you trying to do? So for me, it was, I want to provide value and give back the wisdom I've learned over the last 10 years. That is the focus, and that is the energy that I have this year that I'm so excited to just do. And the next part is just to continue to learn and grow. So that is the left side of the front of the journal. Now the right side is where you put your 1% of your learning. So 1% of your learnings is like quotes that you come across over the year. So a few quotes that really got me going was like, you are the universe and the universe is you. Like, that is so powerful. Like the change that can do on somebody. Another one would be, the classic is, what we think we become. Another powerful quote. So that's the front of the journal. Now, the back of the journal, very, very low key, easy, simple, but we're going to concentrate on our goals. So we have our goals here. Now we have 3 sections of goals. We have play, rest, and work. So the reason why I like to do it that way is because look at it as like a triangle. Okay, you have work at the top, rest on the side, play on the other side. If one is off balance, the triangle will no longer be a triangle. So you want to keep that healthy balance. In work, you want it to be more quantifiable goals. Yang energy, it's an output, and this is where, for example, mine would be like to get 500 subscribers on YouTube, and it's a bit more of a quantifiable goal to like, this is what I'd like to achieve. But I'm also big where if I don't achieve it, I'm not going to be disappointed, because I've also learned that if you attach your happiness to a goal, you tend to not be happy. So I don't do that, but I do like to put tangible KPIs to just have them out there to kind of manifest and just work towards something. The next part is rest. So rest is a very important. This is more yin energy. This is more input. This is more on yourself, your spiritual well-being, your soul. And for me, I put meditate for 365 days, do a silent retreat, that kind of stuff. And the last part of setting up your goals is the play aspect. So for me, I put move back to Asia. I just got back from Asia about a year ago, and I'm so excited to go back. Asia is such a spectacular place. The energy there and the frequency there, and I just want to continue to work on my business and work on myself. And that is a beautiful place that I want to go reap all the energy from that area. So beneficial. So anyways, those are my personal goals. And on the left side of the back, this is where you put your vision. This is where you see yourself and the best version of yourself that you see in a year from now. You write that on the left side on who you want to become. And it's a good place to just put it, to review it, and to work towards that, because as we say, you train your subconscious, it's what you will become. So that is the front and the back of the journal. Okay. Now let's go inside the journal. It's divided into 4 steps. So we have at the top, we have gratitude. So this is where I like to put 5 things I'm grateful for. The next part is a blurb. It's something that you're experiencing that day, you're going through, maybe a dream you had the night before. It's interesting because the dream I had yesterday was I was in Norway. I thought I was in Norway, and I was watching Earth come by, and it was beautiful. It was nice and like so vivid. And then next thing you know, the planet I was on started to be destroyed, and it was so sad. But then it was also a very peaceful feeling because it felt like my soul had experienced this before, and I wonder if my soul was on a previous planet millions of years ago. And maybe that's what the asteroid belt was, right? Is, you know, a lot of studies are showing that used to be a planet. I wonder if that was my planet. Anyways, wild dream. So back to the journal. So this is where I like to put a blurb on my journey, my feeling, how I felt yesterday, maybe like during my meditation, that kind of stuff. And then the next part is a brain dump. So this is where I like to do a brain dump. So I start with gratitude. So this is more personal. I start with my journey, like what I'm experiencing, my meditation, my dreams, personal, and then I go into professional. So I go into a brain dump. So this is like everything that's in my mind on what I need to do for work, what I need to finish, what I need to complete, the task, all that kind of stuff. So I do a brain dump. Boom, 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 boom. And then I prioritize. So for priority, I like to just put, what are my priorities? If I can nail down 3 priorities, and if I can complete those 3 tasks of the day, that's a massive W for the day. I will be beyond happy. And that's kind of like, it just, you focus on those 3 key things. So you grab 3 from those brain dump and you focus on it there. So that is the journal, my lovely humans. Thank you so much for reading that free ebook. I appreciate you joining this call and jumping on the journal. And it's such a fun journey to just write down everything about yourself and who you are and what you're becoming, and to just continue to just see the small growth in yourself. It's just so rewarding. We're not doing this for nothing. We're doing this for something. So appreciate you guys. Hope you got a lot from this call, and please reach out. You know how to reach me. You can comment. You can reach me on Instagram. You can go on the website. Send me an email. I'm always looking to connect. So anyways, we'll talk soon. Ciao.